welcome to the very overdue edition of Cursed Tank Weekly. So, we're going to cover some very quick things like leaks, changelogs, and also news. So, without further ado, let's get into this 5th edition. So, what we're going to look at first is leaks. First leak is the kind of new feature to hull aim. So what this video is trying to say is the Type 10 and some other tanks that can do that will get its the ability to turn your tank into a lowrider. Now I really like this because you could just finally slam your tank to the ground and just like reduce the profile of your tank essentially. Now I've seen other people on the Cursed Tank Discord server saying that they want to lean, left and right, but I'm not really sure if this is needed or not. But anyway, I'd like to see them really do something like War Thunder's suspension aim. The next thing we're probably gonna look at is the what I'm pretty sure is gonna be the Universal Turret's hull. Now it looks to be some sort of weird vehicle. At first when I saw this leak, I thought it was a Concept 3, which is the prototype Raycat. But yeah, obviously this is a uni turret, and we did get some more leaks of this earlier, but we'll just see where this ends up. Now, next but not least, certainly, is the Ukrainian tank, also called the T-Rex. Now this is basically designed as sort of like a competitor to the Armada tank, which obviously both of them are unmanned. Now I am pretty sure that the Armada has more armor, but this is going to be kind of interesting in the way it brings more unmanned tanks to the table. And it will also be kind of interesting since we see a lot more Ukrainian tanks coming into the game. Next thing we have to cover is the Senator Armored Personnel Carrier or Armored Vehicle. Now this will function similarly to the Humvee currently in the game. Honestly, I'd really love to see more like kind of cars like this, including like the Toyota Hilux. Now this is a good start. The last thing we'll be taking a look at here is most likely a T-90 Burlak, I'm pretty sure. This is, I think, the 2009 model. So anyway, the Burlak was kind of a project to like build a turret upon all of these old T-72 and T-80 hulls. Now this project was ultimately dropped in favor of the T-90M, but it's still really cool to see a bustle automated Russian tank that also can be sort of a tank, a shot taker. And it's kind of the first tank of its kind to have ERA facing down instead of up. Now on to changelogs. So as we all know, they recently passed a change that made chemical shells extremely OP. Now I don't really have a problem with this. The only thing I have is that low caliber chemicals were just extremely powerful. I recall being killed frontally with an MVT by the 40mm grenade launcher. So in response, they kind of nerfed they nerfed both shell types honestly, and we're at kind of this point in time where both shell types are just extremely inadequate. But luckily, they did propose a change, which is kind of like tweaking different shell damages and spalls for depending on the caliber. Now it's very good since as of now and yesterday, Sabos are just extremely underpowered since they produce pretty much no spall at all. Similar to the kinetic energy, chemical don't do as much damage as their buffed state. Now, the last thing we'll be covering is a quick review of the T-84O. Now, I know you guys have been asking for a full video, but I'll have this out first. And maybe a gaming video if you guys want it. Okay, so we've just tried 346 APF SDS. Now, since this is a T-Series tank, it is pretty obvious to shoot the lower frontal plate. Now another place you can go is where the sights are above the gun, and after the array is shut out. Those are pretty much the only viable places. Now let's try high explosive. Mostly the only places you can really shoot are below the tank, or in some vulnerable spots where you could overpressure it. Now, since the tank is $40 million and only available for 1 week, it's kind of rare to see it. However, I haven't been reliably penned at least once while first playing this tank, and honestly, it is a really good brawler if you do manage to get your hands on it, or got your hands on it. Since it has quite good front armor, you can tank a lot of shots and be the kind of like breakthrough tank while flanking points and supporting your teammates. However, just remember that you don't have a turret, and enemies can easily flank you. It's pretty much just a kind of a tank destroyer casemate that kind of wants to fit into the 11-12 meta, but just it can't really find a place if I'm trying to say things, because casemates aren't really the best tank to really use at top tier. So that pretty much does it for this week, this Cursed Tank Daily. Now, I will have more stuff up later, but since I have school, it's gonna be quite hard for me to upload, so thank you for bearing with me. Thanks for watching, keep tanking, and trench out.